turning a pencil sketch into a vector digital illustration, featuring the iPad app Adobe Ideas. At some point, go back to the Layers box and turn off the photograph of your original sketch. So from here, embellishments and inventions of form can be made without distraction. Do this to get a range of 5 grays, which can operate to describe categories of light and shadow. Be sure to create transitional value shapes to blend lights and darks more naturally. You will see some of the tonal layers modifying the color's value. Look over the image to ensure quality. As you see at the bottom, you can select different forms from menus. The forms in this program are essentially floating in space. The third tool subtracts material from the surface. The sixth tool flattens out features more directly. The seventh tool inflates materials. This pulling tool can also be used to move materials in space, higher, lower, stretching to the left or to the right, etc. If the application of scale is small, extrusions that look like spikes often will occur. Or you may turn on the program's symmetrical mode, which allows for mirrored applications to both sides of the object.
Portrait of a monster.
Although almost anything can be done to modify the form to create a creature, it is advisable to work in a way that is mindful of existing features and anatomy. In fact, some lessons in human and animal anatomy could be covered before beginning this project. Begin with the features of the brow, the nose, the jawline, and the cheek structure. From these pronounced zygomatic bones, I am extending a mask for the zygomaticus muscles. Running along the temporal bone, you can move around the back base of the skull, and then on into defining the sternomastoid, trapezius, and splenius muscles. For instance, I am bulking up the levator labii and the zygomaticus so that it can sufficiently pull at the mass of the obiculus oris. Now that the structure of the monster's portrait is in place, it is ready for painting. A brush and color palette will appear within a single window. The color portion of the palette has a multifaceted interface. Once your color is chosen, begin its application to the form at full opacity and with the mirrored tool activated. Be sure to scale and position the head appropriately to transfer the featured image cleanly. Apply the fur being mindful of its scale and the follicle's directional flow. From the skin menu, choose the skin texture, modify its color, and then apply it to an area at a strong opacity. Now that the paint job is finished, let's use the camera tool to create snapshots of the model from several different points of view. These images are stored initially in the 123D Sculpt image gallery and can be retrieved from there. In this segment, we will be turning our 3D image shots into an antique-looking photograph using the iPad app Snapseed. Select the photo and then touch Use to begin. To reveal the edit controls, touch the center of the screen. A scroll bar of various colors will appear. Select any of them to see their effect on the image. The scrolling buttons will allow you to modify brightness, saturation, contrast, style, scratches, and light leaks. Feel free to experiment with your image more thoroughly, trying various applications in combination, saving as you go, and augmenting the image further as you progress on through the different filters and editing tools. Creating a short animation using an articulated paper collage puppet and the app Stop Motion Studio HD. Use the brad fasteners or split pins to attach the pieces of your collage into a unified form. Place and attach your articulated collage to the background you intend to use. You frame your collage puppet for the first shot and hold steady. Use the camera button on the right to take each photo. Note that this app has an onion skin feature. This allows you to see how your previous shot lines up to the new position of the puppet. On the far left side of the screen is the Share File button. Touch this in order to produce your frames into a single video file. Press Save.